Welcome to All Truckers Sunday morning chat. I have 15 minutes left of morning. I'm quite literally expecting my daughter to reach out to me and let me know she needs a ride. And when that happens, I'll grind this thing down to a close. It's been a few days since I posted. My wife was ill. She had thankfully it seems like it's just a muscle problem. She had a weird problem and had very, very quick, intense pain in the side of her head. And without, doxing my wife or giving too much of her medical details, we were concerned and that she had this sudden pain in her head, neck, and behind her ear. So we decided to take her to the doctor. She took a couple of days off work, but with her being off work, I'm not all alone here, and I decided I wouldn't do any streaming and spend some time chatting with her. And I also got a few things done and watched a few streams myself. Good morning, Wendy. Good to see you. Good to see you. My hopefully you saw some of the nonsense over at DC's last night. My friend Dr. Tap came over, and my friend Maya came as well, and they were over there with a bunch of nonsense. Anyway, I think I do a pretty good job of letting people know that both of those channels are places where you're likely to run into me. They're also places where you're likely to have some fun. So Bad Science Sunday happens over at Maya Atkinson's channel, and DC, Salo DC, and also, Wendy's here in the chat, and Wendy is, I haven't seen as much of Wendy's all on her own content, although I know she does some streams of her own, but I've also seen her being the, you guys called the Trio of Terror. Anyway, I guess Dr. Tap must have been in a mood last night. I talked to him earlier yesterday, and we just had a chat about some other nonsense, which I'm gonna address this morning if I get a chance, because I had a quick chat with him. It's not like a completely sorted out thing, but I want to talk about it. And then also I'm just gonna mention that guy, Mr. Slave, who's a bit of a character. I may go talk to him again. He's invited me to come back and shout on his channel. There's an issue with my YouTube, so I have to get DC to help me. Oh, okay. All right. Well, Wendy, we're gonna make sure you talk to DC, because DC seems to be, aside from being a very lovely lady, and a great communicator on the issues of MLM, I want to say that DC has a great acuity with a number of things related to streaming. I'm assuming in part because is she a graphic artist by training? I think she is. Oh, hello. Is it Lely or Leli? Anyway, thank you for coming from India. Good morning, Tori. Anyway, my wife has gone with my son to go pick up my son's friend. They're having a play date / making a movie session. I don't know where he gets it from, but my son's making movies with his friend about dinosaurs. It's not like I've ever made any video content. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm probably mispronouncing your name, Lely, but thank you for checking in. Hello, Angela. Hopefully I know how to pronounce that one. People may wonder at the way I pronounce Wendy, but MLMMM_NO is pronounced Wendy. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Angela. I'm glad you love my mustache. My mustache is so big it turns into a goatee. Another Bansi, welcome. I guess maybe the hour is good for checking in from India. All right, and Sushil probably. Anyway, I have never seen so much interaction from India, but this is awesome. I look like an Undertaker, or do I look like the Undertaker? Anyway, I'm not in that business. I am a very large man, but I'm not very tall. I'm under height for my size, but I am what you might call built like a brick shithouse. Yeti cup for scale. My age, I am 48 years old. I am a Canadian man, and I am 5'8". So metric, I think I'm 174 centimeters, something like that. And I weigh like 152 kilos. I'm assuming most people will prefer the metric. I'm pretty close on those numbers. But in Canada, we tend to measure our height and weight with American equipment, and so we just sort of stick with imperial. It's very weird. Canada has this hugely strange, weird thing where we mix metric and imperial measures. But yeah, years we use metric years. We use the travel around the sun. So anyway, there was a lot of fun last night. I was like falling asleep. It was funny. Dr. Tap just said, "Hey, what are you doing? Where are you hanging out?" My girlfriend's name. Well, I don't want to dox my wife, but Mrs. Trucker is Mrs. Trucker. Anyway, your one number. I don't know what any of that means. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're in India and you're following the politics between Canadian international diplomacy and Indian international diplomacy, you're gonna find that not everybody is on the same page. That's a thing that's gonna happen. I do I do not have a specific opinion on everything yet because I don't know all the information. But it seems like the diplomatic relations between our countries are not doing well. Hello, Fabian. No, my doors are already closed. It's Canada. It's kind of cool here, and I'm got the heat on. Hello, Mark Reed. Good to see you. Great to see you, Mark. Love having you here. I hope things are going well in Australia. I hope the spring is treating you well. That's right. Good day, mate. Yeah, this is interestingly the last time I did this type of stream, I caught the attention of. I had over 1,000 people watch my stream when I was under my truck changing the seal on my rear end, which I would like people to know. I have managed to repair and drove my truck again after the test drive. I didn't have to drive for a couple of days, and I did go out in my wife's car. Mrs. Trucker needed me to do some errand, and we needed her car for it. So we took that out for it at that time. But my truck is back. My little truck is working. And fantastic news. If things continue to improve and I get good results from my x-rays, I'm going to try to go to work this week. And try to go to work. My father's name? My father's dead. His name is no longer important. But anyway, I'm not really sure what's going on here. But, oh man, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, some of the commentary we're getting here with this group is interesting. Thank you, Mark. He's been gone for a while. Sir, I'm your fan, sir. How is the weather? Well, here in Canada, it's cool today. It's cool. We've had frost where I live. I live in a pretty southern part of Canada, relatively speaking. It's in Ontario. And yeah, my country's name is Canada. Yes, and for those of you in India, my country and your country are having a diplomatic spat, to say the least. And I'm not well versed in all of it, and so I'm not talking about it. But I do understand that there's some misgivings between folks on both sides, and there's probably more than two sides here. I would actually point out, because you're going to have differing factions in Canada, and you're gonna have white guys like me that just don't know all the in and out politics that go on. I am, you know what? I don't know that I am a Viking. Spider Pig, welcome. No, I'm a Canadian. I do have a little bit of Scandinavian heritage, but not too much. And I got to do one of those genetic tests. It was awesome. My sister got that for me for Christmas last year, and I got it earlier. It took a while to get done because she ordered it to her house, so I had to wait till I got to her house to get it because she didn't have it on Christmas Day. But anyway, it was fun. So earlier this year in the spring, I found out. Anyway, Canada expels Indian ambassadors out. Yes, we did. We did do that, and the reason, like the quoted reason for that is because of misbehavior and allegations of terrorism and espionage. It's not something. I'm not a Canadian politician, and I do not speak for the entire country of Canada when I say I don't know what the fuck's going on. But that's where it's at. Anyway, I don't know if you're saying that I'm cute or Mark's cute, but Mark is cute. Mark and I go to the same barber. Yes. Well, Tori, to some degree, but one of the things that's interesting about Canadian politics in particular are interesting in my mind because I don't know how many countries such as Canada have people of Indian background in their legislatures and stuff. But this is something that's a thing that's going on. Anyway, hey Zach, good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks, Tori. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how good that comment was for moving things along. Yeah, world up and word up. So yeah, so I wasn't gonna talk about Indian Canadian politics, and I did just want to remind people that weren't here at the beginning that when my daughter calls and says she needs a ride, I'm gonna wrap it up. Hello, the boys 83. Good to see you. So what I was going to talk about is this fellow, Mr. Slave, some of this stuff isn't making sense. So I'm gonna ignore the chat for a little bit, and I'm gonna just work on other stuff here. Just gonna make a couple of quick changes here. Anyway, I want to welcome all the new people to the chat. I noticed here that what's happening is when I do this type of stream, I end up with a lot more people in here. I think it's the type of live stream that YouTube does. It's a little bit more like watching a short. Thanks, Tori. Yeah, so obviously we're gonna have some extra people in here. Yeah, the boys, if you don't mind, just I don't mind people using swear words, but please don't make what might be construed as sexual comments towards anyone if you can avoid it, please. Otherwise, I'll ask one of the mods to intervene beyond just hiding messages. Thank you so much. So I was going to talk about, like, Mr. Slave has brought up some stuff where he's claiming that he has an aether cosmology, which I've been talking to Dr. Tapp about because we find it interesting that this gentleman has decided that if something isn't simple and easy to understand for him, that he can't he can't accept it as true. So that's something that I find interesting. I think Dr. Tapp finds it interesting. We were having a chat about that, but we also had a chat about something else. And this is where people don't necessarily want to like spend the time to see what it is people are saying. And we wonder, is it okay for people that aren't experts in something to have a conversation? But well, surely it is. So my next interaction was with a mutual friend of Dr. Tapp and myself, and they're not a person who is active on YouTube that I know of. So I'm not gonna get into his name, but he sent me over something from an interaction that was had between Alan from Space Audits and our buddy Lucas, Sea Lion Prime. Yeah, the weasel. Hey, Ember, how are you doing? Yeah, that weasel does have friends. Ember, you and Mark were doing a show last night. I dropped in for a short time, and I don't even remember if I said hello. I scrolled past it. Something else happened. And you know what? The other thing that I got to do a couple of cool things last night because I got to have family game night with my family, and we played this game. We played this game in our kitchen with dominoes, which was cool. Yeah, Tori, thank you. Yeah, I'm not gonna answer political questions. My political leanings in Canadian politics are undecided at the moment. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's so good to see you, Ember. I know I don't usually do a Sunday morning show. The family sort of cleared out of here. My daughter went up to the barn. Yeah, the boys, I don't know if you can imagine it. It's pretty hard, but you can work on it. I only have 133 subs, but I've gained like, I don't know, 20 of those in the last week. Yeah, Mark, for you it would be Sunday night. For me, it's actually noon. It's noon on Sunday here in Canada, where I am. It would be the earliest it is, or the latest it is in Canada is 13:30 hours, and then on the West Coast it would be 3 hours at 9 a.m. on the West Coast here, midnight there. Yeah, so you're full 12 hours off of us there, Mark. And yeah, I bet you're going to do that. And Ember and Mark do a great show together. Zach does a great show. Lots of good commentary. I recommend the people that are my mods here generally have great shows that they do. So check them out. Yeah, and Tori was there last night at DC. Say hello to DC's. So apologies to the people that I usually watch in the religious commentary realm. I'll call it in that sphere. I was having between what Joe was doing last night, the Kentucky Atheist, another guy who I really respect and enjoy. He had a debate with some character. I didn't see all of it. I missed some of it. I loved seeing a chance to put my phone down, hang out with my family, and just chill. Thank you for unsubbing the boys. From what we've seen, the boys, we don't really care about having you in our midst here. But if you have some commentary that's useful and you want to engage, please, by all means. If you're from Turkey, welcome from Turkey. I had a friend that lived in Turkey for a couple of years while she was doing. Was it her PhD she did there? I don't remember. Hey, good morning, Rochelle. Yes, you're from Turkey. Okay, yes, you're not just like really enthusiastic for American Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'm Canadian. I'm Canadian, Du Bois. Yeah, you can tell from my accent, I'm pretty sure, eh? Anyway, yeah, Buddy wants to put a bunch of stuff in the chat that's not very supportive. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's good either way. Not a Leafs fan. The Leafs, I mean, I grew up in Toronto. I'm sure you can tell from my accent. Can't really ditch that. But yeah, no, I'm not a Leafs fan. It is what it's going to be. I'm basically going to say, if I have to pick somewhere, I'm going to go, like, when it comes right down to it, I know this is weird, but my some of my Canadian ancestors spent a hell of a lot of time hanging out on, yeah, I'm a trucker. I am a trucker. I've been very ill. I'm hoping to get down there. Anyway, it's funny. The chat's getting totally derailed by all this stuff because I wanted to talk about this other thing that was posted. So apparently, they were having a discussion about whether or not quantum electrodynamics is a thing. Good morning, Anime Cat. Welcome. Yes. The mods banned him. Who did they ban? I don't know. Anyway, if you want to ban some mods, if you think somebody's out of line, just go ahead and ban them. That's fine. I don't care. I trust the mods that I have here. And I modded a couple of people that I forgot to mod the last time. Hey, Logan, how are you doing? Hell, and welcome. Quantum electrodynamics, just not a thing. So, is that what this is, live chat? Anyway, it's cool. Anime Cat, no, I'm not going to make people I don't know a mod, okay? I'm just not going to. The language is a bit absent. I'm really not sure what that means. Yeah, Tori, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not okay with behavior towards other people. If you want to say fuck, go ahead and say fuck. You want to say motherfucker, say motherfucker. I'll tell you why, because I'm a fucking truck driver. Foul language is my fucking bread and butter, all right? You're not gonna get in trouble for saying fuck. You will get in trouble for saying fuck you. Okay? All right. Hopefully that's understandable. So yeah, please treat people with respect in the chat. That's really my only rule. And if you're using language that's like a slur against groups, that's also going to be a problem. Anyway, I get it. Look, I appreciate the fact that I get more activity here. I had 1,000 people at the other one. If I say I'm translating, you will understand. Okay. I'm not sure if I can translate a whole lot. So yeah, and so Rochelle, Kalasia, Rochelle, thank you for pointing it out. So I was so sick yesterday. I had watched a few streams. I was enjoying some science streams earlier in the week. I I understand that people. Okay, so Zach, you and I will probably come to blows on something like this, but and Mark, I'm with you here. Like the train wreck thing is, so politics and religion have been going hand in hand, specifically in the U.S. in a major way. And Amber, I'm looking forward to the end of it in a way, but I'm kind of wondering what'll happen. Is life hard in Turkey? It's hard here for me too. YD Ank, or I don't know if that's pronounced Yadank, but anyway, hopefully you're a motorcyclist and you do dank nooners, because I love it. Politics is exhausting, says Logan Fisher. Logan, you are correct. You are correct, Logan. And yeah, I'm sorry to the mods, but Tori, thank you for being all over stuff here. I've taken my cue from friends like Dr. Tap and Maya about who I can trust and who to get to know, and then that's how you become a mod around here. If you're a friend in need, it's a friend indeed. Well, I have friends. I just have friends indeed. They're just good friends. Yeah, and YD Yank, I do not know Turkish politics well enough to make great comments. You're gonna come for a visit, Ember? Okay, that's I am very, very concerned about American politics. I'm concerned about the way religion and theocracy has been trying to work its way into American politics. I worry about it here too. We have politicians here that get into that. Yesterday I was so exhausted. I was just like, I just want to watch something that's a little bit lighter, but still has my critical thinking skills going. And so last night, and I do recommend, if you like having some fun, check out Say Hello to DC, because that's where I was last night. But I obviously recommend all the things I wasn't doing last night. I did try to make the rounds. But Dr. Tap sent a note to me. He said, hey, where are you hanging out on the web tonight? And I think he noticed that I wasn't in my regular places. And I said, well, I'm over at DC's because, she's been doing a stream a day for all of October. And it's been great. And then, so the other thing I noticed was that it was a lighter one. They're doing this thing called Bomb Party. MLM is this thing where the U.S. government and other governments have allowed people to run. Good morning, Commander. They're allowed to run multi-level marketing or direct marketing companies or whatever. They are pyramid scams hidden behind crap products being sold. Some of them are better products than others. I realized in the last little bit that AmSoil, which is an oil product that I like, and you can buy in a regular store too, by the way, they make a decent product. I think there's other things that people recognize as being multi-level marketing where the product is more respected. It's a better product. And I've just realized I got to get back to my kitchen. Okay, and my daughter is asking me to come get her. I have forgotten something really important, and you know what that is? I had something going on the stove, and it's not going well. Oh no. Oh no. See, this is the kind of mistake you don't want to make. You don't want to forget about things you're doing. And this is why I wonder if I'm still too sick to head out there and get on the road yet. Because I'm forgetting things that are going on because I'm tired. I'm tired and I'm here. Anyway, it is good. Anyway, thank you. It's very possible. It's all math, no evidence. So, Zach, we should have a chat about this. Anyway, thank you, YD Yank. You're cooking right now too. Okay, good. See, I lost track of where some stuff was at. Can I get? All right, I'm gonna try to put this here. Oh, cancel. I can't. I can't do this right. So you know what I'm gonna do? I think I've decided I'm gonna just wait and I'll cook this stuff when I get home from going to grab my daughter, which I'll do soon. I'll finish this out. You're making tacos, Logan. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I'll get this going here. Yeah, so I'm gonna pause cooking since we're gonna like hang out there. Anyway, yeah, so and Zach, you're not wrong that some things are only mathematical. I'll say that where you're not fully informed. I'm gonna put it that way. Hey Dave, good to see you. Dave, you're wearing your regular clothes today in terms of you're not the other Dave. So I'm assuming whatever was going wrong got fixed up. Oh, that was a bad mistake. I just realized where things went wrong. My stream, did I screw it up? I just was letting my daughter know that I am indeed coming to get her because she didn't see my response. So yeah, so I'm gonna go get her shortly. But what I was gonna say, as I wrap this up, is that you can't negate what might come from mathematics, because things that have been theorized in the past have come to pass, but lots of hypotheses don't end up being right. So just because something is thought to be true does not mean that it is true, and it doesn't mean that it isn't true. That's just the way life works. It's just the way it is. I'm pouring myself some coffee here. There we go. Got a little bit of coffee in here. There we go. I gotta have one for the road because it's chilly out there this morning, or this afternoon now. But I gotta have something. I gotta have something in me. Anyway, I've got something to make for lunch when I get home. It's fixed. I could only post in one stream as the desk. Okay. Interesting, Dave. Interesting. So what I'll talk about next time, and I always threaten to do this and then don't follow through. I'm following through in this coming week, and I've got to go to a government office tomorrow with a piece of paper. So after I finish that, I'll come and do a stream. And what I'm going to stream about is Compton scattering. Compton scattering is a thing that happens. It's seen and measured. Sorry for the noise. Yeah, Dave, I hope your stuff's fixed. So Compton scattering, somebody at Aether Cosmology, I'm pretty sure it was Alan from what they call the Space Audits. They're the ones that don't believe space is real. Anyway, it is what it is. So here we go. I got folks coming in the door, but I'm gonna check on that scattering thing, and I'm gonna see if what they've said makes any sense at all. And I'm gonna end my stream now because everybody's coming in the door, and I gotta head right back out again. Well, there you go. That's a good question.